In this video series, I will explain the relationship between science, ethics, and technology, as well as the roles they play in the global community, particularly from a business standpoint. I will be discussing cyber law and internet business models. Without further ado, let's get into it. Technology is a dynamic force that shapes our lives and defines our human experience. However, this influence is not a recent phenomenon, but rather an integral part of our history, characterized by humanity's continuous efforts to overcome the limitations of nature. Our ancestors have strived to produce food, obtain adequate clothing and shelter, and optimize input and output of our productive processes. Technology is not just about the gadgets that we all know, things like cell phones, computers, and cars. Rather, technology is a human response to the problems we have encountered and overcome. In other words, technology is the product of our problem solving. The invention and spread of computers is only a recent one, but it is quickly changing how we think about the world. Technology, which came about from the results of our problem-solving skills, is allowing us to solve problems with greater skill, which we can then use to reinforce and further advance the technology in a kind of endless feedback loop of progress that no one knows the limits of. With your own eyes, in your own lifetime, you are going to see society progress faster than billions of people in history who came before you. I hope that in this small video series, I can try to explain a tiny fraction of what the current landscape looks like, a snapshot of something that will inevitably change in 5 years or less. About 10,000 years ago, humans began domesticating animals and crops in complex ways to create civilization. This development was called the Agricultural Revolution. In 1750, machines began to replace human labor in productive processes. This transition was called the Industrial Revolution. In the year 1980, we underwent a revolution in the way we use information. Now, as of 2023, when I posted this video, we are living in the age of information. Let's consider transportation. In a time before the Agricultural Revolution, people traveled primarily by walking or running. However, once we started to domesticate animals, such as horses, suddenly hauling our products became much easier. Our adaptability to use these domesticated animals got better and better as we mastered the relevant skills. After the Industrial Revolution, we had access to cars and soon airplanes, which allowed us to travel vast distances in insanely short times. However, it didn't leap forward instantly to what we have today. In order to get to the point we were at today, society as a whole had to develop and adapt to certain technologies as they were invented. In order to have fast cars, our roads needed to be developed, gasoline needed to become widespread and cheaper, and laws had to be established to enforce and keep people from crashing as much as possible. As our society adapted, our mastery over the introduced technology got better and better, leading to where we are at today. With the advent of the information revolution, we are riding the crest of a wave where our mastery over transportation will continue to increase. Imagine a near future where we apply our understanding of information to transportation, and all of our cars are outfitted with an artificial intelligence allowing them to drive by themselves. They could then coordinate in a way no human could, and we wouldn't need stoplights anymore. In other words, stoplights, a technology which has been prevalent for years, would become obsolete, just like horses became obsolete with the invention of cars. It's kind of sad to think about. The world you know and have grown to love could change in the next few years due to certain things about your life becoming obsolete. But it is also exciting and extraordinary. Isn't this how our human perception of the future should be? When we look back on the past, we can see a pattern of progress, the same method of progress that has happened before, and will continue to happen in the future. The only surprising thing, then, is that we continue to be surprised. Someone might say, "Oh, this new thing is so revolutionary," or "Who came up with this idea?" or "This has never happened before." But if we understand the passage of time and the progress of our technology, we can start to see a bigger picture, one of continual progress and revolution that will continue for as long as we remain in our society. That is the end of this video. In the next one, I will discuss public policies, business contracts, and how they fit into this amazing power we call technology.